What if I told you that you could build a website in just a matter of minutes? With AI extending its tentacles into every field, now is definitely a good time to talk about one of the latest developments in the AI world, Websim. I was blown away when I stumbled upon it, and that led to this video right here. Websim is literally an AI playground that is about to change the internet forever. It is an innovative virtual tool that lets users create anything for free within seconds. But wait, there's more. So, what is Websim.ai? Is it like the massive LLM ChatGPT, with more functionality, or a reworked Midjourney site? Well, it's neither of those. Websim.ai is something else entirely. It is an interactive tool that allows users to create programs, games, or full-blown websites simply by writing prompts and adding a little ingenuity. Honestly, it feels like we are about to relive the creative boom of websites in the 90s. Users can think up any idea, and the AI brings it to life. The platform is powered by models from OpenAI and Anthropic, such as the latest Claude 3.5 Sonnet and the ChatGPT 4.0. For the sake of the video, we will use the Sonnet because of its speed and coherent coding, but you could always choose any of them when you sign up. Before creating programs and websites on Websim.ai, you must follow specific steps. The first step is to sign up. Potential users have two options. You could either use Discord or opt for a Google account. Once you have an account, you can start creating games and websites immediately. It is that simple. No lengthy registration steps or payment is required. You also need to choose the language model to power your project. There are several options at your disposal, but the leading picks are usually between Claude's 3.5 Sonnet and ChatGPT 4.0. To create an app on Websim.ai, enter Websim.ai in your search bar. On the homepage that pops up, you will find the work of other users. They are daily, weekly, and monthly picks on the platform. You can explore what other users have created on the platform. It's important to remember that Websim.ai only uploads your work when you make it public, so you don't have to worry about your creations getting outside without your consent. When I first visited the website, I explored a few public creations to see what was possible on the interface. I found many incredible creations, including a close rendering of Minecraft. But if you want to start right away, locate the prompt box, which you will find at the top of the page. It reads, "What would you like to create today?" Gather your thoughts, enter the idea you want to create, and watch the AI run the whole show. We have created a couple of games already, but for the sake of this video, let's do something simple together. Let's create a typical car race. I will make the prompt simple and make necessary adjustments as I play and review the game. Let's start with create a simple car race. In only a couple of seconds, we have a simple car game, as you can see right here. I am totally blown away by how quickly this happened. I'll admit that the game still needs some work and that the graphics might be a little shabby, but the whole thing happened in less than 5 seconds, which says a lot about the AI's capabilities. Without the help of Websim.ai, we are looking at possibly several hours to make this simulation. Plus, it wouldn't be as simple as just entering prompts. For even better output, let's add a second prompt. Include a new start game option, add a restart menu, and include more competing cars. Take a look at the magic it created right here. I didn't include colors, layout, and other features in the prompt. I added only a single prompt line, and AI did the rest. You might still notice some inadequacies with more scrutiny, but the good news is that you can adjust them along the way. For example, a pause button will help this game's gameplay. I can simply add it by adding another prompt. If you want to give the background a complete overhaul, you can do so. You could give this car race a vintage or modern outline. Websim.ai is an interface that lets you breathe life into your thoughts. And the juiciest part of this whole thing is that the service is entirely free. All you need is to be creative in order to start making your games. But just one thing, Websim.ai isn't limited to games alone. Websim.ai also allows users to create sites. Like with games, you can make a website by entering a prompt. For instance, let's create a website called Fantasy Book Reviews that offers up-to-date fantasy book recommendations. It will run the code in a fraction of a second. Isn't that amazing? Now you can explore the pages and links. This AI makes everything from landing pages to inbound links. Of course, it can't possibly add all your desired pages to the website if you don't tell it, but the good thing is that you can do that all yourself. Once you have a website, it comes with a URL address you would find at the top of the website. Here you can add new pages by simply adding to the URL. An example is putting authors at the back of the website URL for my recently created website. Once I press enter, the AI instantly creates a page to that effect. If what comes up on your page is not exactly what you want, you can also tweak it. Suppose my author list needs to be more varied or has many unnecessary details. In that case, I can enter into my prompt bar to remove all the author information aside from their names and bibliography. Once you are pleased with your creation, you can download it. Note that the download is in HTML format. To download, locate the arrow icon at the top right corner of the display. Click on it and select the download option. Once you download the website, you could host it using a web hosting platform. You could try the popular WordPress or other options like GitHub and Vercel. There are a couple of applications for Websim.ai generated web pages. Let's review some of them to see how they can potentially impact web development. Undoubtedly, Websim.ai web pages aren't good enough to replace the need for traditional web development platforms yet. However, the speed and ease at which it creates a website makes it ideal for testing different layouts and potentially seeing how they might turn out before committing to a project. Websim.ai promotes informed decisions before having to invest in traditional website development. Web development could potentially drain time and resources, but with Websim.ai, the process is streamlined. Web developers can send out similarly generated websites on Websim.ai and use them for user testing, which saves them time and money. Also, Websim.ai can also serve as educational material. It allows learning web developers to be introduced to different website elements by generating them with simple prompts. And finally, we could talk about the entertainment aspect. The platform allows you to go wild with your ideas and test them all out. There are no limits to what you can do. Websim.ai is the perfect place for unleashing some fun content and getting creative. We've seen internet users generate an entire Minecraft-like game full of human NPCs and alien NPCs without knowing a single thing about programming. Now that is insane. So how does this affect us going forward? Like big names in the industry, Websim.ai has the power to overturn how we relate to websites and content creation completely. First is the democratization of website development. As you saw earlier, we could make a website only by inputting a couple of words as prompts, and the AI covered the rest. As we advance, this process will become much faster, more effective, and possibly able to handle a more demanding workload. Another possible consequence of Websim.ai is personalization. We could make personalized websites that suit our needs. Websites will be more efficient, interactive, and user-friendly. The platform will offer an opportunity to experiment with little needed resources. With the barrier of resources out of the way, more creative minds can get to work, which can fast-track website evolution. But there's one last thing to talk about: ethical concerns. Future regulations will need to curb AI's potentially harmful effects, with issues like data privacy, algorithm bias, and others arising. But what are your thoughts about Websim.ai and its potential use cases? And are there any reservations you have about it? Please smash that subscribe button if you enjoyed this video. And if you missed our latest upload on Midjourney, no worries, I have it showing on the screen for you to watch.